Hi everyone, my name is Anita Ladani. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, an energy practitioner, and a life coach. And at this point, I'm actually accepting one more client for individual life coaching session. So please hit me up if you're interested. So I want to talk about how life kicks all our asses. No one is immune to it. No, I don't care how old you are. You know, even as a 2 year old, you're learning as a baby, right? You're learning to crawl, you're learning to walk, you sort of stumble, you fall. I mean, it's just life, right? And then as you get older, you know, the bullying, and then you get the grades, the pressure for school, and then as you get older, you got bigger issues, serious problems, right? Such as I don't know, relationship issues, work issues, trying to pay bills issues, you know, getting sued issues, you know, losing loved ones issues, getting sick, whatever the case might be. The point is, life kicks all our asses. No one is immune to it. It doesn't matter which corner of the world you live in. It doesn't matter what your color of your skin is. It doesn't matter what your bank balance is. It's life is gonna do what life does. But how do we show up? How do we show up when life kicks our ass? You know, and I think it's our perception, our point of view makes all the difference in the world. So I was talking to a friend of mine today, and you know, he was talking about how, you know, he wished he could go back to when life was carefree, and he didn't have so much responsibility and, you know, so much stuff that he's dealing with right now, and he just wanted to be free. And I said, well, when was that, right? And I mean, this is someone, you know, who for all sakes and purposes has more money, you know, than he needs, and it's quite financially stable and comfortable, and yet, you know, is dealing with quite some serious stuff that is completely out of his control. And what came to mind was, you know, this sense of feeling trapped, this sense of the burden that he felt. And there's been many times when I've felt that way as well, right? And so what came to mind was Nelson Mandela and Steve Jobs. And what I said to him in our conversation was, you know, it's interesting because Nelson Mandela spent decades in prison, right, in a little tiny jail cell. And yet I think that man embodies freedom, embodies showing up and being mindful and living in the moment. He embodies gratitude, forgiveness, humility. And how much money did he have? And even with all his money, what freedom did he have? And then you've got Steve Jobs, right, who had billions. I mean, the man could buy anything and do anything he wanted. And yet, was he free? Was he happy? He wasn't. He would have given, I'm willing to bet, anything and everything to get, you know, his life, his health. And he couldn't buy his health. His money wasn't enough. And so it just makes me wonder, you know, it's so what was the difference between the two? Well, it was the attitude, right? It's how did you show up for your life, right? What choices do you make? Do you show up with the state of gratitude no matter what life throws your way? And that's hard to do. It's really hard to be grateful when you're having your ass handed to you in a sort of way, and you're wondering, why should I be grateful? You know, what has God ever done for me? Or, you know, this is such a curse. You know, we don't know what is a curse and what's a blessing. We really don't. So I invite you to step into gratitude. I invite you to say thank you, God, no matter what life is throwing your way. I think that is a huge, that's the only way that I know is no matter what life throws at you, step into gratitude. And the other thing is humility, right? Humility, have the courage, get up every morning and show up. And the other thing I want to talk about is knowing when to reach for help, knowing when to ask for help. There's a huge truck that just pulled over, so that's the noise you're hearing. You know, a lot of us struggle and suffer, but we don't ask for help. We don't think we can, right? We're afraid we'll be judged. We're afraid we won't be able to afford it. We're afraid it will take away from our credibility, or maybe we just don't know where to reach for help. And if that's where you are, I invite you to pray on it, think about it, journal about it. Please feel free to reach out. I'm always ready, to have a chat with anyone. But if this is showing up in your life and you're hearing this, there's a reason you're hearing this now. Chances are there's something you need to reach out for. Chances are it's been knocking on your door, on your life for a while, and now it's finally time that you step up and do something about it. And so the awareness that something is off is step one. Step two is the awareness that I need help. And then the step three is actually taking the initial steps to reach out and say, I need help, please help me. And whatever that case might be, right? Whether it's tutor you hire, or whether it's a attorney you hire, or whether it's a therapist you hire, or whether it's a gym membership you join, or whatever the case might be. The point is, being able to reach out for help, and then letting people who show up in your life actually help you. Because a lot of times God sends people in your life who are there to help you, but are you ready to receive that help? Oh my God, that sounds so much better. So are you ready to receive that help? And whatever that shows up to be. So I invite you to summon the courage, summon the step into gratitude, and reach out and ask for help, and start making whatever little changes it is to step into a life of joy and happiness. I truly, truly believe that my experience of life is my choice. And no matter what life is throwing my way, I choose how I show up. And I strive on most days to show up with joy and gratitude and courage. And I invite you to do the same. Okay, love and light. Take care. Bye.